So here, with no shape selected, I click with the black arrow on the place in the document where there is no shape. I will duplicate the last pattern, and I will double click on the copy, and I will continue trying things here. Okay. With the white arrow, I unselect by clicking outside of the shape, and then I may choose to select that shape, that was the stroke before, and delete it. Okay. I will check that button, that options, and increase the gap between the repeat with the handles. Good. And you are able to paste a shape that you copied earlier, or make the shape right now into the edit pattern mode. That's what I will do. I will take that shape, ellipse tool. Okay, the ellipse tool. I will draw a circle. So while I'm drawing the ellipse, I'm using the Shift key. I'm releasing the button of the mouse, and then I'm releasing the Shift key. It is a constraint key, so it must be released after the button of the mouse. So it's like a monkey playing with some ball. And but now it doesn't seem like a ball, it's more like a flat disk. So we'll put a gradient into it. Okay. I'll change the. I will remove the stroke from that shape and change the color of the background. Okay. Anyway, we'll put a gradient into it, so the background is not important. But I removed the stroke. That is important. I don't need a stroke on that circle. So with the stroke swatch in front of the background swatch, I've clicked that icon to remove the stroke. And then I'm working on the background. It is important to put back the background swatch just in front of the stroke swatch after you removed the color of the stroke. Okay, let's put some gradient into it. So I think we've experience with the gradient library. Did we earlier? No, we didn't. Okay, we'll use the gradient library. So in the swatches panel, let's go into the library menu. You see, these are some kind of books, library. And then you go into gradients, and then you have a lot of panels with gradients. Okay, I'll choose gems and jewels. And a gradient panel opens with small swatches, but I will increase the size by going through the menu of that new palette and choosing large thumbnail view, increasing the size of the palette with the corner, lower right corner. Okay. So you may put one of this gradient into the shape, which is still selected. Try other gradients. Each time you're trying a gradient, it is included in the swatches panel of the document. Not necessarily used by a shape in the document, but it is in the swatches panel of the document. This panel that comes from the library is not modifiable. You may use it, but not put things inside. Okay, if you want to try other gradient panels, you may go in the library here or here, it's the same, and go in the gradient and try other panels. But you are also able to go through all of the library panels by using those arrows here. But be aware that at some point you will go out of the gradient part of the library and you will end up with something else. Here, it is color groups. It is not gradients at all. So I go back with the other arrow into the gradient part of the library. And if you click a lot, at some point you will end up on another part, in another part of the library, not gradients. Okay, color groups. Okay, so be aware, you may be able to navigate through all of the gradient panels of the library, but at some point you go out of that part of the library. Okay, be aware too that some gradients have transparency into them. And also be aware that some gradients are radial and some linear. Linear gradient, radial gradient. But anyway, it's not really important because you may easily convert one gradient type to another. That's what we'll do. Let's start with a simple gradient. So don't choose a gradient with a lot of colors to begin with. Choose a gradient with not much color, radial or linear, and then we'll modify that gradient.